definitively eliminate from the market, and you have to be able to deal with that aspect. But I think there are ways in which we can be able to identify foods that have been fertilized, fertilizer has been used on them a lot, because fertilizer can be used to improve foods. So foods that have excess fertilizer has been used, and foods that excess fertilizer has not been used. Now, you just have to keep in mind that there will be a probability that some of these will be.
Mr. Dave. It's a bright and a beautiful day. I'm so excited here in the studio because it's few days to Christmas, and it's a season where we get to celebrate love, where we get to celebrate the birth of Christ, and above all, where we get to share and also eat more chicken and more rice. This is Speak to the Counselor on Royal TV, and you're welcome today as we'll be handling something really intriguing. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are going to go on a short break, and when we get back, we introduce our guest to you.
Speak to the Counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.
You're all welcome back, my people. You're all welcome. This is Speak to the Counselor, just on Royal TV, and today we'll be talking about something very, very important, and something we neglect the highest, but it's very, very important in our daily life and in our work life, or maybe say in our life as a whole. And with us in the studio, I have a beautiful young lady. She's beautiful. All right, let me introduce our guest. Her name is Dr. Zisu Harry, CEO of CYH Soaps and Butter, and also the brand name is Create Yours. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
I'm so pleased to have you on set today.
I'm happy as well to be here.
All right, I did not introduce our topic. Today we'll be talking on healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. I'll take it again. Healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. You know, a lot of people don't eat right.
True.
Yes, and a lot of people don't, how can I put it, they don't have a good lifestyle. So today, this is Speak to the Counselor, and Speak to the Counselor is bringing counsel right at the comfort of your home, right at the comfort of your house, your room. And today we are talking about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. So maybe you could explain to us what healthy eating is all about, because we just eat, we don't know if this food is healthy or not.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to make this as connectable as possible. So when I say healthy eating, it's basically your intentional decision of choosing the right foods that nourish your body, and at the same time you can enjoy the meal. That's healthy eating in summary.
Please take it again.
Choosing the right foods intentionally that nourishes your body, and at the same time you enjoy the meal.
It means any food that you take that you don't enjoy is not healthy eating.
It's not healthy eating in a way. It's not healthy eating.
Okay, in a particular way.
Yes.
Alright, so I forgot to tell you, but she's a medical doctor, and she will not just be telling us from experience or maybe from what she thinks or maybe what she has learned, but she will tell you with facts and also scientific facts that are going to help us to be able to eat healthy after now. All right, please can you explain to us how the word healthy eating is related to healthy lifestyle? How does it have to do with someone's health, someone's lifestyle?
Okay, so being human, we have to eat food, because if you don't eat, you cannot live to a certain extent. Now we have a variety of things to choose from, a lot, from vegetables to fruits, and now things are even getting worse because people try to summarize our nutrients into fast food. So we basically, healthy eating is you going to the natural things. If I want to just make it as simple as possible, going to the natural things, eating the natural things, and intentionally knowing what you're eating. That's basically it. And the good thing about all of this is that when we go to the natural things, it always has a way of improving our health generally. There's a lot of physiophysiology involved in it, but eating natural things improves our health generally.
In general.
Yes.
So what of cases where we have, because now almost everything in the market, there's a lot of fertilizer in it, including plantain. If you buy plantain, they've done forceful ripe.
Yeah.
So what of cases like that? How do you eat healthy knowing fully well that everything from the vegetable to the pepper to the tomato to everything, there's fertilizer?
Okay. Now that's an aspect you cannot completely eliminate from the market, and you have to be able to deal with that aspect. But I think there are ways in which we can be able to identify foods that have been fertilized. Fertilizer has been used on them a lot, because fertilizer can be used to improve foods. So foods that have excess fertilizer has been used, and foods that excess fertilizer has not been used. Now you just have to keep in mind that there will be a probability that some of this will be inside the food. Now there's some pre-prep work you can do, like properly washing the fruits. For example, if you're getting vegetables, you're getting pineapple, you properly wash them. People sometimes are just in a haste because they accumulate hunger and they want to just eat and eat. So you properly take care of the meal, take care of the food, whatever you're cooking, you properly cook it and then you consume it.
Take note of the word properly wash, properly cook, then consume, because most times, even in our restaurants, I've gone to a place and I've eaten arrow and I could not sleep. The way my stomach was running, it was something else. Let me use that word running, because I felt like it was food poisoning to me. So in that kind of case where you move to places where you don't know how the food is being prepared, how do you maneuver? How do you manage it? Let's say you're at work and you just have to leave to go and eat something and get back to work. Will you say the person should go for fruits? Or would you say the person should go for any other kind of food? Or what's your take on it?
Okay, so before reaching to that point, it's always advisable to meal prep, so you don't just eat what's available, because what we do is we just work and work and work, and then we feel exhausted. That's when we're going out to look for food. And when we go out to look for food, the probability that you get the right thing is very low. You end up just getting what you want to get. You just spike your glucose level and go back to work. So even if I tell you that get this, you get what you see. So the right thing to do is you prepare your mind that, okay, this is what's going to happen. You meal prep, you keep something. If you're going on fruit, you get fruit. If you're going on food, you get food. Anyone is okay, but make sure you keep the one that, okay, this is what I want to eat, than just spontaneously getting something.
I beg, please, let me speak in pidgin a little. Explain that meal prep.
Okay.
Because we don't know what is meal prep. I was about to ask about meal prep. We don't have any idea what meal prep is all about. We don't know how to prep our meals. So maybe we can explain so that our viewers can really get an understanding of what it really means.
All right. So meal prepping is basically planning your meals ahead of time. Okay, knowing that, all right, my week is going to be busy, my day is going to be busy. So I pick out time within the week and I cook meals intentionally. Like I make vegetables, plantain, fruits, keep them and stack them so that the time I need them, they are available. I don't go out spontaneously looking for something. And it helps you to control what you eat. Because what's outside right now is ultra processed food. For example, where I work, if I wanted to eat something, if I go outside, I would either see sugar balls, yaourts, ice cream, which are all not good things. But if I meal prep, if I prepared something that, okay, this is what I'm going to eat today, I bring it to work, immediately my glucose level goes down, I can consume it. I'm going out to look for something which I'll probably choose wrong. So that's meal prepping.
So you have to prepare your meal.
Yes.
Somebody should help me in this studio. So I really wake up in the morning, I prepare my meal for the whole day, I pack. In other words, you're telling us to have lunch box.
Yes, have a lunch box. Have something. You need to keep something. Yes, you need to. That's meal prepping, really.
Okay, let's go back a little, and can you talk a little bit about the we have breakfast, we have brunch, we have lunch, especially that brunch. What's the use of that brunch? Maybe you can explain it better for us.
Okay, there's no use for the brunch.
All right, so I think we'll take the three: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What's the difference between dinner and supper?
Is there a difference?
Oh, there's no difference.
No difference.
Because growing up, they used to say dinner is the meal you eat from 7 to 9. Then supper is the meal you eat from 9 to 2 a.m. Because there are people that eat up to that that time. So maybe you can explain to us those different kinds of time to eat.
All right. So there are 3 different times: it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Any other thing or supper, any other thing in between is just people implementing their own customs on others. So there are 3 times within the day. But now the preferable way to consume food is not even the 3 times. I think the 3 times has just been forced on us, but that's not the way our body was made to be. Let me just give a little backstory. So growing up, I grew up in a big household where we eat breakfast, lunch, and supper. And our breakfast is always bread. I can assume that almost 90% of Cameroonians, they eat bread for breakfast,
in the morning,
which is horrible. And I grew up in that state. But when I entered med school, I began to learn about food and nutrition. I began to understand that we have just been poisoned. We have just been led astray. And it's just a forced custom on us. It's not a mandatory thing to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The best way to live your life is intermittent fasting. That's the best way. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner has no issues, but you have to now control what you eat, when you eat, and it is not mandatory.
Intermediate fasting. I remember my Sunday school teacher always talk about the intermediate fasting. Can you throw more light on it? Because it looks like because what she used to do is there's a day she has to eat just pepper soup, and it's once. That was her own. There's a day she wakes up in the morning, she has to take 2 apples. So maybe you could explain it for our viewers to really know about it. And the second question I want to ask is, please, that intermediate fasting, does it cut someone down? Because I used to hear it too, that if you prep your meal, you control your meal perfectly well, it's going to really help you shape up.
Yeah. So intermittent fasting has a lot of benefits. In fact, new studies are showing that is the new way people should live, because intermittent fasting is basically you giving yourself the ability to fast. Because what we do right now is we're always in a state of eating. Your body is always
all the time.
Your body is always digesting something. There is no point where your body is just like, it's resting. There's either bread or cake or juice or something. So intermittent fasting just gives you like that atmosphere, the breathing space for your stomach to be like, okay, all right, there's nothing going on here, I can focus on something else. But if you're constantly digesting, blood flow is always going, the other parts of your body are not functioning at the optimum. Okay, so now intermittent fasting has to do with giving yourself a time to eat and giving yourself a time to fast. Like there's a 16 to 18 hours fast, meaning that you fast for 16 hours and then 8 hours you eat anything you want to eat within the 8 hours. But after that 16 hours you're fasting. So you can just divide it. It's basically dividing the 24 hours into two. Into two. That's it. And intermittent fast, you asked another question, the second one.
I asked if you do intermediate fasting, does it cut it down? Does it shape you up?
Yeah. So intermittent fasting is very good with weight loss, because as I said, it gives your body the ability to just breathe. So when you're not digesting food, your body is not absorbing glucose from the food you're eating. Okay, you have fat stores. Everybody has fat stores, unless you're extremely lean. Your body now goes into those fat stores now and break it down and take out glucose and take out food, and that is how you lose weight. Because of that time space where your body's like, okay, I don't have food, she's not eating, okay, let me go to the store where there is glucose, which is the fat stores, and that's why you lose weight.
Wow. Yeah. I believe I'm learning more than a lot. Our sisters, please take notes, because some of us we are always on the run. Last week we were talking on set about depression, and we made mention of how to overcome depression, especially with ladies, where my body is like this, my body is not like this. That's why I brought the question in regards to if you can actually lose weight from eating or from doing the intermediate fasting, as you said. I want to ask, this particular issue of you eat in the morning, eat in the evening, eat in the afternoon, and also the issue of you know how to eat, you prep your eating, you know when to eat, when not to eat. And also, can you give us a little bit of tips on maybe some kind of food we can take, some kind of fruits we cannot take? Because I heard you don't eat banana and granite. Maybe you correct also.
Okay.
And I don't know why they always say you don't eat banana and granite. That is food poisoning.
Okay.
So maybe you can explain. And also about egg and beans. Because I'm mommy at chombone the rest. Mommy at chombone the rest. Maybe you feel explain that for me.
Alright. So as I said before, there are many things available for us, and depending on what you're doing at a particular time and your health, it will drive you to certain foods. Now, like for example, bananas are always advised for men to eat. People that are having watery stools to eat, just depending on what your doctor advises you to eat. Now, all these combinations that have been brought up, is it that because somebody has been allergic to it and people tend to now paste it on other people? Banana and granite has no scientific disturbance or no scientific.
So why did they always say ladies should not eat banana and granite?
Who says it? I don't know who says it, but it has nothing, just a myth. It's just a myth, really.
People should leave the sisters to rest. I remember one time in my church, I was eating banana and granite, and my brother was like, "Why are you eating banana and granite?" I'm like, "Is it not banana and granite?"
That's the good way. But if they see you eating bread, they'll not complain. Banana and granite, which is very healthy, they complain.
My God, God is going to help us, especially with this eating. So, can you eat healthy and be chubby?
I like that question a lot because it relates to me. You can eat and be healthy. You can eat healthy. That's what you asked, right?
Yeah.
You can eat and be healthy. Now, the thing about this...
You can eat healthy and be chubby.
Okay, you can eat healthy and be chubby. Very true. Because I, myself, am a living testimony. Now, the issue now is people who are in the slimmer side of the world tend to neglect their health because, okay, I'm slim. So, you know, our body is not like, there's no like an x-ray that you see what's happening in between. So you just feel like, or it's assumed that when you're lean, oh, you're healthy. But that's the wrongest kind of notion, because those who are the plus size area, they tend to be more intentional about their health. They tend to walk, they tend to control what they eat, they tend to be focused on their body compared to a leaner person, and therefore making those who are chubby being healthy. So you can be chubby and healthy. Really,
God is going to help me in this studio.
You can be chubby and healthy.
I don't know why this particular question is really gingering me that much. It was my junior sister who asked me that question because she heard of the topic we're about to talk about today, and she asked, "Can you eat healthy and be chubby?" So I wrote down the question. I'm like, that's a good question, because most times chubby ladies feel since as they are chubby, they starve themselves.
Yeah. And
that's starvation. Yes,
it's a whole other ball game. That's what I'm saying. Healthy eating is being intentional about choosing what you want to take, and then it should nourish your body. And the thing about being chubby is because people assume that when you're chubby you don't exercise. Now, if you're at that state or in that category of chubby women who don't exercise, then you're going on a downhill. But if you're chubby, you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're dancing, you're running, you're skipping, then you're at a good place. At a good place. So it doesn't matter whether you're chubby or whatever, you're healthy. So it's very important for you to do exercise. Yes. Because I guess last week was talking about exercise is not just to cut down. Yes. So we could throw more light on it, because people tend to skip meals, starve themselves, and their lifestyle as a whole. When somebody says you're chubby, you feel bad of yourself, and sometimes you don't even eat healthy. Before you know, gastric steps in. Before you know, you are doing sport, carrying things that are even more than you in the name of you want to cut down. So maybe we could throw more light on it, because our self-esteem has to be thank you for mentioning the word self-esteem,
to come back alive.
Because the first thing about all of this is having a very strong self-esteem and self-confidence. Somebody should not tell you how you should look, where you should be, how your body should be designed. You should have a self-confidence. Okay, I'm gorgeous the way I am. Then after being gorgeous, there's work to be done in any area, whether you're lean or you're fat. you have to do what, because exercise has a lot of benefits. It improves your energy levels, increases blood supply to your brain, it makes you intelligent, it just has a lot of benefits. So you must not, because that's the program I'm planning to run, where you use, for example, dance to just maintain a good health. You don't need to be thin to be able to come to that environment where you just come and dance, maintain good health. Because right now most of our jobs are very stationary, where we just sit down for hours, and that's the worst kind of state to be in. So exercising will help you to come up from that state where you're just pulling out blood on your legs, just sitting
in one place
and not burning fat and not doing anything. So exercise has a lot of benefits than losing weight. Losing weight is just like the least of it.
Wow, that's a whole lot. I know after this a lot of people attack me. I'm ready for you. A lot of people, especially about this aspect of can you eat healthy and be chubby. They'll say no, I'm fanning chubby ladies to keep being chubby. I'm here for you, and that's why Speak to the Counselor is for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go on a short break, and when we get back, we'll get to the second phase of this talk show. You just want to fasten your belt and enjoy the show.
Every day in life brings new challenges. At Royal TV, we are determined to accompany you in our entertainment, news, sports, debates, documentaries, and many more. Join our cream of journalists, presenters, reporters as we are ready to serve you.
Now continue for prayer. Baba gonna go answer with prayer.
The most important duties of an imam is to invite people to that which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Speak to the Counselor on Royal TV.
Keep watching Royal TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back. This is Speak to the Counselor with your girl, and still in the studio on Royal TV. And we are still talking about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. We still have our guest on set, and we are still digesting the topic and talking more about it. I want to ask you a question. Can somebody say, can eating habits be able to destroy your lifestyle? Let's say bad eating habits, especially 12 midnight eaters. Maybe you say that one and look at the 2 a.m. eaters. Few days ago, I think one of my relatives, like 2 a.m. If not my relative, it should be my sister. She woke up and she was very hungry 2 a.m. Then the food she wanted to eat. Maybe you can explain it better.
Yes, your eating habits can definitely affect you in a lot of ways. Now, I'm not going to condemn anybody, because I myself have been in that position where I just ate anyhow before I came into the light, and I'm here to bring you into the light. Now, I think you can better control your meals when you understand what's happening. Late midnight eating is one of the bad eating habits. Eating after 6, doctors recommend don't eat after 6, because it has a lot of complications. The reason is because when you eat at that time, you're less active after 6 p.m. After 6 p.m. you just want to sit down, just rest, just watch something. So food now does not digest as much. It just accumulates in your abdomen, it just stays in your stomach,
and it becomes fat.
Yeah, and apart from that, it actually ferments in your abdomen and produces a bit of alcohol, and that's why it's not good. You can get up in the morning and you get constipated, you start having one kind of funny kind of urge. I don't know if you have noticed, but that's why late night eating is very bad. And apart from that, since the food is not digested as fast as much, it tends to accumulate as fat because we're not using it, because that time of the day is for resting.
It means you're trying to say you should not sleep immediately after meal.
Yes, something like that. Don't sleep immediately after meal, because apart from the fact that it stores as fat, it affects your stomach. When you sleep immediately after a meal, the meal goes back. It goes back, and you can start feeling a back flow and a chest pain and a burning sensation on your throat. That's one of the causes. After eating, you go back and lie on the bed. It's very, very wrong. At least give it 2 hours. Sit down, do anything, or avoid late night eating.
Give it 2 hours. Somebody will call me after this show. I'm ready to be tagged. Give it 2 hours. Late night eaters, they say 2 hours.
Yeah, and another wrong eating habit is eating in between, because we said that 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now people go and eat now in between, and that eating in between, because it's a key in the body. Since we're going to make it very scientific, because I want people to understand, when you eat in between, you stimulate a key known as insulin. Insulin helps to remove, it's a hormone that helps to remove sugar from your blood. So when you eat in between a lot, you stimulate this hormone, and this hormone now, at one point when you stimulate it a lot, it becomes insensitive. And that's what leads to diabetes. That's why people say when you eat sugar, it leads to diabetes. No, it's your eating habit that leads to diabetes. Understanding?
Eating habit. You see that this show is timely.
Yeah.
Eating habit. It leads to diabetes.
It leads to diabetes.
So when you have, let's say your eating habit has been so bad,
yes,
and it has gotten to the point of diabetes, how do you come out of it? How do you start fixing your eating habit to be right?
Okay.
Especially in regards to vegetable, because we'll go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I had blood. My blood was short. They say eat more vegetable.
Yeah.
So maybe you could throw more light on how is vegetable eating related to this particular one, and eating even of snail.
Okay.
Then you explain, how does snail give blood?
All right.
Because if you cut snail, there's no blood there.
Right.
So how does it give blood?
Okay, let me start with this one. So when you have low blood, it's called anemia. When you have low blood, they tell you to eat vegetables, eat snails. All these things is because the main component of blood is iron. That's what you need to make blood. So now vegetables has a lot of iron, snails has a lot of iron. So you consume this iron, it helps now to produce more red blood cells, because one of the main causes of anemia is iron deficiency anemia. So your doctor will advise you, okay, eat iron, eat vegetables, eat this, because you need that element to make red blood cells. That's it. And in the case of when you already have diabetes due to your poor eating habits, you first of all have to make up your mind, okay, this is where you are at. This is the position you are at. Then you consult a doctor. You consult a doctor so the doctor can properly evaluate you. After which, your regimen on what you're going to eat is going to be different. Not just vegetables. You're going to also eat things that are rich in fiber, like yams, potatoes. Vegetables are good. And there's nothing like these vegetables for diabetic patients also, yeah, but there are foods that are not necessarily for diabetic patients. So you eat vegetables as much as you want. You have green leafy vegetables like bitter leaf, cabbages. You eat them, you consume them. Then you eat now fiber rich food, potatoes, yams, plantains. All of that is going to help you. You
talked about blood, to be able to have blood is iron.
Yes.
I don't understand what you really mean, but why is it that all of our blood medicines are really red? Because there's a conception Africa has.
Yes.
Blood medicines are really red. That's why whenever you have shortage of blood, they'll give you tomato and grenadine to drink so that it will boost your blood.
Okay.
Then the leaf that they'll take is actually like blood. Then why is it that snails does not have blood?
All of these, they're just all in my own myths.
Okay.
Because all these concoctions we drink, they don't do nothing. But you know that when you make up your mind and believe something so firmly, you'll see results. And that's what happens in our community. But all of them are all myths. Tomato, grenadine, they don't give you blood. And the reason why people believe this more is because our blood is red, and the reason why it's red is because of a component known as hemoglobin. It has nothing to do with iron. Iron is just one of, I think it's one of the components. The hemoglobin gives that red color. So that's why snails not necessarily be red, but it has iron, the elements you need. Yeah, and that's why as well, women that bleed a lot, they tell you as well, take vegetables, take blood medicine, take snails, because they give you iron, because you're losing the iron.
So all of this concoction I've been drinking,
yes,
it's in my mind.
It's in your mind.
I don't want to believe.
Yes, they're in your mind because there's no proving evidence that okay, all of these help to produce iron or stimulate iron production. So you're just assuming and just taking things.
God help me. I've learned a lot of things in this studio today that I'm going to take back home and work on those things so that it does not, in fact, we don't do them again, especially when you don't have blood. They'll come and open your eyes, look at your eyes, the pikin no get blood. Go and take one leaf, bring, as it's red, we just drink, and it does not really, we learn every day. You may mention at the first part of our talk about junk food. Maybe we could throw more light on some of the junk foods we eat, especially roasted corn.
All right. So junk food in big man terms is called ultra processed foods, and ultra processed food is basically foods that have been produced in the labs and concocted in such a way that the nutrients have been deprived of it. For example, I always say bread because bread is so common. Bread is an ultra processed food. It's a junk food.
So corn is not a junk food.
No, corn is not a junk food.
Ooh,
yes, corn is not
that's
a junk
good.
food. Corn is rich in fiber. Corn is actually a healthy meal. It's not a junk food. Junk foods are any other things that are packaged and kept, because for it to be packaged and kept, there are some chemicals that are put on it. And the reason why junk food is selling is because it works on our hormones. When you consume these junk foods, it stimulates the hormone for hunger. So you always want more, you always crave more, you're never satisfied. That's why you go and eat hamburgers, you want
like
more.
Beef, processed beef.
Yes, because you want more. They know what they're targeting in your body, and I'm a strong advocate for no junk food, no ultra processed foods, because our community right now has been that it's like they're forcing it on us, and even our lifestyle, the way we live, is in such a way that we must consume it. For example, if I'm sitting at work, I get thirsty, I'm tired, I go get a soda. These are all junk foods, and it's bad for our health, and we're not supposed to do that. So junk food is a no-no, and corn is not a junk food.
I'm learning something again, especially with the aspect of corn. You know, I used to think corn and granuts, they are all junk food. It means sugar balls, they are junk food.
Junk food.
Wow.
Fries, junk food. All of them are all packed with salt, and salt helps now to spike our blood pressure, and that's why it is so bad, because they don't only increase our blood pressure, they increase cholesterol, a bad fat in the body that causes us to have high blood, gives us stroke and different other diseases.
Somebody will say, and and we are silent, but you don't know why we are silent. Please, can you give us some tips on how to eat healthy and have a healthy lifestyle? Because trust me, anybody who has a good and a healthy lifestyle, that person is happy.
Yeah, okay.
You are happy with everything you're doing. So maybe you could give us some tips. How am I going to live healthy? How am I going to eat healthy?
All right. The very first one I'll give is because I am practicing it, because it is wonderful. It's intermittent fasting. I bring it again because it's really good. It helps to maintain insulin sensitivity, makes your body not insensitive to the insulin. So intermittent fasting, give your body a break from food.
Give yourself a break from
you should
food.
not be always digesting every single time. Give yourself a break, and then incorporate fruits into your meals. The other day my sister called me and she was like, Harriet, I've been on the toilet for more than 3 hours. I cannot pass out physics. She was literally crying, and I asked her, what did you eat within the week? Bread. Did you eat any fruits? No. Eat fruits. Eat fruits, from bananas to oranges to watermelon. They're gorgeous fruits, sweet fruits that God has blessed us with.
I thought people used to say, when you eat bread, drink much water.
The thing about bread is that it has no fiber.
Okay.
Yeah, so even if you eat bread, which quantity of water will you drink? So when you go and eat the bread, since it has no fiber, your physics will still come out hard. And that's where the issue is. Now, you have to eat everything. It needs to be in moderation.
This my doctor is cracking me up here. So some of us that we eat bread and eat bread and eat bread. Huh? It means we have to go back and start checking.
Yes, you need to go back and start checking.
So those are some of the reasons why you find it difficult to stool, because actually I've had that experience where I have not eaten anything the whole day. Just bread, but I cannot stool. So it means it's just the bread that is
because as I said, this junk food, ultra processed foods, they remove out the nutrients, and fiber is one of the most neglected nutrients. For example, fruit juices that have been processed, they go and remove. You see how they're separating the fiber from it and give you just the sugar. And fiber helps to pull out water from your body to soften your physics so you can remove it. But when we keep on removing our fiber, like for example in the bread, in bread they remove the wheat that is around it. I just have that whitish part, that one. So they remove the fiber intentionally, and you end up just eating carbohydrates with no other nutrients. And that's why your physics will always be hard, and will give you what? Pile, that's hemorrhoids, will give you bloody stools, will give you wounds. There are a lot of disadvantages. So we really need to be intentional about what
about eating habits. So apart from the intermediate fasting, what other tips can you give to us that we could be able to work on them and use them to be able to have a good healthy eating lifestyle?
Okay, so I mentioned already about fruits, and the other thing now about vegetables, as we already said, and just being very intentional and avoid eating in between meals. And
Brunch.
Brunch. And no, there's no issue with skipping breakfast. Allow yourself, just leave yourself. These are just a few that you don't need many things. Use these few and you'll be okay.
So there's no meal that is the most important meal of the day?
No, there's no meal that is the most important meal of the day. But the reason why people say don't skip breakfast is because when you don't eat breakfast, you tend to accumulate that hunger, and you just, oh, okay, you wait when you've walked until the afternoon, now you're hungry. Now when you're hungry, you don't think, you just want something to just give you energy. That's why they say don't skip breakfast, so you can have that energy to run on that fuel, rather than just waiting until now you're very hungry and you eat anything. That's why it's important to meal prep.
Wow. After now, we are going to learn how to meal prep, we are going to learn how to eat right, and we are also going to learn how to eat, avoid junk food, and above all, we are going to learn how to stop eating bread. Bakeries are making money.
Yes.
And we are suffering and we are crying. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are going to go on a short break, and when we get back, we get to our most interesting part of this program, and that's our ballot box. Drums rolling. Alright, see ya.
Speak to the Counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the Counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution.
Every day in life brings new challenges. At Royal TV, we are determined to accompany you in our entertainment, news, sports, debates, documentaries, and many more. Join our cream of journalists, presenters, reporters as we are ready to serve you.
Now continue for prayer. Baba God will answer our prayer.
The most important duties of an imam is to invite people to that which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Speak to the Counselor on Royal TV.
Keep watching Royal TV. Every day in life brings new challenges. At Royal TV, we are determined to accompany you in our entertainment, news, sports, debates, documentaries, and many more. Join our cream of journalists, presenters, reporters, as we are ready to serve you.
Now continue for prayer. Baba gonna go answer our prayer. Aboroborabo.
The most important duties of an imam is to invite people to that which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Speak to the Counselor on Royal TV.
Keep watching Royal TV.
Speak to the Counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko. Educative, informative, and inspiring. We ask questions, raise concern, and propose solution. Speak to the Counselor with your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko.
You're welcome back, my people, and we are still on the same topic: healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. And we still have a guest here on set. If you're just tuning in, this is Speak to the Counselor, just on your favorite TV, that's Royal TV. All right, we've talked a lot about healthy eating. I think we should talk about we should talk about how much our drinking habits.
Okay.
Especially in regards to alcohol. So maybe you first of all start with our drinking habit, from water to alcohol, because I have some questions about alcohol. There's a lot of need for that alcohol, especially with people back with biblical scripture. Drink but don't drunk.
Okay.
Right, Doma?
All right. So before I answer the question on drinking habits, I'll ask you, which quantity of water do you drink in a day?
I drink a lot of water.
Like, just give me in liters. Like, which quantity? 1 liter, 0.5?
Approximately, I can say I can drink close to 3 liters or 4 liters in a day.
That's very good, because you need to drink at least 3 liters of water a day. And most people, especially people that come to my clinic for consultation, they don't drink water. When I tell them you're supposed to drink this quantity of water daily, they're like, okay, I've not even drank water the whole of today. I can go a day without drinking water. And that's very bad for your kidneys, for your health, for your heart. In fact, water has a lot of benefits. So I'm telling you today, you need to drink water. That's the first thing. Secondly, alcohol.
Before you get to drinking water, you say water is very important. I've seen some people that say they get to the hospital and the doctor stops their drinking of water.
Yes.
So in that case, how do you maneuver it?
Okay. The reason you got to that stage where the doctor said don't drink water is because you were at the stage where you were not drinking water before. Because you were not drinking water before, your kidneys got damaged. Because your kidneys live on water, your body is 60% to 70% water. Then you're not drinking water, enough is not going to your kidneys. And when enough is not going to your kidneys, begin to accumulate metabolites, things that destroy your body. And when these things now destroy your kidneys, your body can no longer produce urine and release urine. So when you go to the hospital now, these people that have kidney issues, they tell you don't drink a lot of water because your body will not be able to eliminate it. Because since your body cannot eliminate it, it's going to store in your heart and your lungs, and you cannot breathe. So to those people, follow the doctor's prescription. Drink your 0.5 liters of water daily and stay. But if you don't want to reach that state, because water is sweet.
I'm telling you.
Water is sweet. Drink water now.
Water is life.
Water now.
Drink a lot of water.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to the alcohol aspect, because people tie the fact of alcohol, the reason for drinking alcohol with scriptures. Drink but don't drunk. Bible says drink but don't drink. Bible says Jesus turned water into wine. All those kind of things. Whereas you are drinking, your stomach is like this. You see a young man, it's like he's 5 months gone. It's like he's 5 months pregnant. So how can you regulate drinking habits? Even with juice, you consume juice. Dr. Susie used to tell me, you don't drink when you sit and you see that your drinking level, especially for soda, is more than it's more than a particular level. Just stop. You must not drink juice. You say no, you must have the chop life. Life now one and the chop life. Maybe we could throw more light on it because our viewers need to repent.
So for alcohol has its own benefits, and people tend to ride on these benefits and stay on the few benefits that alcohol has, and then remain there. But in general, you don't need alcohol, really. Yeah, but as I said, when food stays in your stomach for long, it ferments and produces alcohol.
He said it again. See, let me tell you this small story. I met a particular lady. She's in my church, and she says everybody needs alcohol in their system, so even plantain cannot give us alcohol. That's why I'll take my 2-man. You get that kind of thing? My 2-man, so that means my skin gets small alcohol. Please say that particular statement again. That your body does not need alcohol. Please say it again.
Your body doesn't need
Thank you.
Take water. I don't know, take water. But regardless, everything in proportion is always good. If you're taking alcohol, you don't need much. You don't need to take it every day. You don't need to take you want to destroy your kidneys. So little to no alcohol is okay for an average person. Now for sodas, that's the worst. Sodas and carbonated drinks are the worst type of things because they just spike your glucose level, they make you hungry, they store as fat, they destroy your stomach, and they have no nutritional benefit. Nothing really. So people are just selling their businesses to us and riding on our health and just using us to make their money. And until we come into the light and understand that these people are not out for our good, then we can be able to be freed from this junk food and these carbonated drinks. Like Vampire. Vampire is the highest sold carbonated drinks, but it is so bad. Do you sometimes check the calories on it? The carbohydrates?
We don't even check.
No healthy benefit, nothing. They take away all the fiber, all the nutrients, all the vitamins, and give you carbohydrates, and you're consuming. And you bench on it. Somebody can drink like 5 because it's sweet, but it's very bad for you.
There's this saying, let me say it in pidgin as he said. When I take my 2-man, I just go gym, I burn and for fat, you come on my skin. Yes, that's what a lot of people say, especially those who drink alcohol. They'll say, I have a, shall I say a colleague or a friend? I cannot call that one a friend.
Okay.
He's a staunch drinker.
Okay.
He can't, it has gotten to a point where it's already an addiction. He cannot go a day without taking 2 bottles of alcohol. So in that kind of case, when you struggle to talk to him, he says, when I drink, I go burn out for sports. In pidgin, in quotes, as he said. Can you throw more light, especially that particular aspect of burn the alcohol when we are making sports? Okay.
So when you take alcohol, it has its effects on the body, on the brain, on the heart, on the blood vessels, on your veins, and on your liver. So you saying that, oh, you're going to burn it in the gym is just your way of just consoling yourself to keep on drinking. Because when you take a lot of alcohol, it damages your liver cells. And after some time, you'll never be able to even metabolize small things like food or drugs because of excess alcohol. Apart from that, alcohol can also lead to stroke, alcohol can lead to heart problems, alcohol can lead to kidney damages. So there's a lot of disadvantages to alcohol, and the thing about alcohol is that you always want to keep on drinking.
Yeah, all the time.
The effect on the brain, it touches that part on the brain that gives you that dopamine drive, and you feel like, okay, I want more, I want to drink more. And that's why alcohol is not good, and that's what people are selling on, because they feed on our hormones.
So can food affect your mood?
Food.
Can your eating habit affect your mood?
Okay.
Is it possible for you to have mood swings due to your eating habits?
No. Your mood swings can affect your eating habits, rather.
Wow.
Yes. Your mood swings, your mood can affect your eating habits. Have you noticed, or let me use myself, when I'm stressed or have an exam coming up, when I'm stressed, I want to eat more. I just want to be eating. I used to stress eat.
Yeah.
Because your mood can affect you. So you just have to be balanced, because it's not easy. Even when you're on your menses, women, when you're on your menses, there's an increased appetite because it changes your mood, so you want to eat more. So it's the mood that determines your eating habit. And because your mood is determined by hormones, which affects what is going to be released, determines how hungry you get, and that's why you're eating more. So mood, hunger, mood, eating habit.
So if we put fruits and vegetables, which will you advise for us to take them more?
Why are we separating them?
Oh, I'm just saying, if we put them in the balance, which, as a doctor, you're a medical doctor, which will you advise somebody like me? If let's assume I'm your patient, God forbid I will not be sick, but let's just assume that I come in for counseling. What will you prefer I take more than the other? Is it more fruits or more vegetables? And even the aspect of pineapple, you say banana, oranges, and the rest, especially pineapple. I have two questions for pineapple and pear. So I think you should answer this one first, then I'll ask my questions on pineapple and pear.
Alright, so for balancing, let's balance it.
All right.
There is no take more of these and we should balance it. Take food, both of them are equally useful to the body and very important. So I'll not put one over the other.
So if you take more pineapples,
yes,
like some people that whenever they take pineapple, let's say they take half pineapple, their teeth dies off, they have wounds all over their mouth. It happens with me. I don't know whether it's an allergy or it just happens like that. So would you say pineapple it's healthy, even with the fact that it kills your teeth and the rest?
Alright, pineapple is healthy, it's a good fruit, but now depending on the individual, you might not be able to consume it. So what you might be experiencing is an allergy to pineapple, because not everybody experiences that. And now pineapple also has a lot of acid, so people who are gastric patients or have gastritis are not advised to eat pineapple, because it's going to worsen the acid in their stomach.
So what of pear?
Pear is good. Pear is a very good fruit. A very good fruit. Pear has a lot of good cholesterol, because there are types of fats. There's bad fat and there's good fat. Pear has good fat. The fat that helps your body grow, the fat that helps your cells to grow, that's the one that pear has. But these other ones, like these bad oils, don't take them. But pear is very good.
So would you say when you cook food, especially with I went to a restaurant. I have a cooking business.
Oh wow, okay.
Aside from what we are doing, I own a business that we cook food, a catering business, we bake and all. So I used to be amongst caterers, and most times I used to just take out time and just visit restaurant for no reason. Not to eat the food or just enjoy as people think, but just to see the quality of their food, and so that I can improve on my own taste of food. I went to one restaurant and my friend used to say, truth, you know restaurant demo. I went to one restaurant and the stew, the oil, it's like if you enter that oil, you make like this, you swim inside. And if you ask some people, a lot of people want, especially with stew, they want their oil to be too much. Don't you think that's not healthy? So maybe we could explain using scientific words or explanations that we can best understand why we should not eat stew with a lot of oil.
Alright, okay. So oil in itself is fat, and fat is part of the balanced diet. But everything taken in proportion. Now if you take excess oil, and the oil we use in these foods should have trans fat, that's the bad kind of fat, and that's where the issue comes now from. And this bad kind of fat goes and stores in between our vessels, our veins, and now causes blood flow to be difficult, and this is what causes things like stroke, heart attack. So it is bad. When you see this excess oil, drain it. Don't say, oh, I don't want to waste the food, or don't put excess in the food in the first
Why should you even put excess oil?
Don't put excess in the
It's like if you enter the oil, it's like a pool where you just swim in. I used to see it and I'm like, especially with arrow.
Yes. Hey.
I saw that online. One lady was cooking arrow and the oil, it's like she used 1 jug of oil to prepare that particular food. The oil was too much. In fact, it was more than the word. So I think we should learn how to regulate how we eat oil and how we don't take oil and all. So my question now I'm asking is about pepper.
Okay.
People that eat a lot of pepper, would you say pepper is healthy?
Okay. Pepper has its both sides. Now pepper has has a lot of fiber, so it helps in digestion. That's why when you eat a lot of pepperish food, you have watery stools, because it has fiber.
You can have it stew. That's the truth.
Yeah.
You cannot stew.
That's another thing. Now
it's like the pepper just goes and settles there.
It's true. So it has one benefit, which is fiber. But now pepper has another damage in the stomach. People who have gastritis, that have excess acid in their stomach because of a bacteria, cannot take pepper because it will worsen the whole thing. It will make you to have wounds, because you're taking pepper, or the pepper is throughout your GIT, your stomach, and going to pass out as disease. It's going to burn you. You can't pass out stools. Then the excess fiber, having watery stools. So it has a lot more disadvantages than advantages, because there are other sources of fiber.
Wow. So this is the second to the last question I'll ask you, because you are talking and a lot of childhood experience is coming through my head and all. There was a period where in my life where I had a problem on my leg.
Okay.
So I could not walk. So they advised that I should stay away from meat. I like meat a lot.
Okay.
That time one does not joke with meat.
Alright.
So would you say that eating of meat can be able to can spike something in your system? Can provoke, especially those who don't joke with meat. I've seen people that you take meat away from them, you've killed them, especially red meat. Now I can really do without meat. I'll prefer fish than meat. But before, I don't joke with my meat. Don't try that. So in that particular case, what will you advise people that they take meat to an addiction, and also eating of meat, those who say they don't eat meat as a whole because meat gives gout, meat gives a lot of things? I think it's in the cooking.
No. Okay, so meat is good, but not always in proportion. But meat is good. Meat is a good source of protein, close to others like eggs and fish. Now the thing about meat is that when you take it excessively,
it becomes a problem.
Yes, for those who take it excessively, because there are some average families that barely eat meat. Now if you take meat excessively, the end product, or when after meat has been broken down, the nutrients have been taken, the end product is what they call uric acid. So when this uric acid is like a stone. When it goes now and store in places like your toe, your hand, your elbow, it now causes what they call gout, and that's why excess meat is not good. Apart from that, when you eat excess meat, this uric acid can form stones in your kidneys. It can form, it can form stones, and then you see people having pain, some dull, crampy kind of pain at their backs because of these stones, and it's becoming so bad now because somebody can eat meat the whole week, excess amount of meat, because meat, when you say meat, is muscle. Chicken is muscle. So you go to a restaurant the whole week, it's excess, and you're not drinking water. So this uric acid begins to store as stones. It can wound you, it can give you kidney failure, and a whole lot of disadvantages. So meat is good in good proportions, but it also has a lot of disadvantages.
So you prefer we eat fish more? Because that's my mom's policy.
Yeah.
She prefers you have fish more in your food. She prefers to cook more fish than to cook with meat. Okay. She feels it's more healthy.
It's because people like to go to the extreme side of everything. Meat is good. Likewise, fish is good. But if we don't take it the right way, we take it excessively, it causes disadvantages. And some people are more likely to have stones compared to others. Now, those are the people who should avoid meat. Some people are allergic to meat, so these are the people who should avoid meat. But in all, meat is good. Fish is good.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I think our last question for today that we'll be asking you. Please, I forgot, our lines are open. The numbers are on your screen. Send in your contributions and send in your questions that you have for us, for our guests in the studio. So I want you to throw more light on the benefits of eating healthy. We've given a lot of tips, we've given a lot of examples. So I think you could tell us the benefit, because if somebody does not know the importance or what that thing is going to benefit them, the fact that you have to eat healthy, they will not value it. That's the truth. In life, leave the fact of it, the aspect of eating healthy. But if you don't know how to, you don't know the benefit of eating healthy, you not value it. So maybe you could throw more light on it.
All right. So the very first thing I'll say is eating healthy helps to keep your organs at their optimum function. When you eat things that provide the right nutrients, each organ will function properly. Eating healthy also helps to maintain your energy levels. When you eat the correct thing at the correct time, your energy level is always maintained. Not that you have spikes of high and spikes of low, which is bad for you. Eating healthy also helps to have a good brain function. There are some meals that help you to be, I don't want to say extremely intelligent, but it helps you reason better. It helps you think better. Also, eating healthy just leaves your gut, as I say, and redistributes that blood to something else. There's something else that should be happening. Your brain needs blood, your heart needs blood. There are different things in your body that needs blood rather than just your stomach. That's another benefit of healthy eating. And then healthy eating helps you to better control your health, because when you eat healthy, these natural elements help with anti-aging and just keeps your tissues always, let me say, young in quotes. And eating saturated things and things that are junks and things that have a lot of that their nutrients have been stripped off of. So these are some of the benefits of eating healthy.
After now, we are going to eat healthy. So you were talking about eating healthy, and I remembered one particular thing. You at the beginning of our talk, you talk about washing things, keeping things clean, and all, and putting things together, all of those things. Would you say that the aspect of boiling meat well? I'm coming back to meat, because they always say when you put the meat, when you wash the meat, allow it to boil before you add water, so that it will not give you gout.
Okay.
So can you explain it? So if I do it that way, then I eat it excessively, it will not give me gout.
No, it will give you gout. So the reason why we boil meat very extensively is because we want to kill some pathogens in the meat.
Okay.
Because it's a particular thing like toxo, like it's bacteria and all the rest. It can get into your brain and cause you diseases. That's why we cook the meat extensively, so that we make sure we kill these things. Now, when you cook meat, it does not help to remove the uric acid to avoid gout. No, uric acid is still there. It's a protein. If not, you're taking the meat, you have killed the nutrients. The protein is still there. The uric acid is still there. So even if you boil for 100 years, the uric acid will still be there.
It will still be there. All right, we are almost reaching the end of our talk show today. And before we get to the end, ladies and gentlemen, right now we want to get into the part of our ballot box. All right, this particular part, you pick us one question here, you read it for us, and you answer it. It can be personal, it can be anything. So you have the floor.
Okay.
From your countenance, we'll know if it's easy.
Okay. The question is, what's my favorite childhood experience? Let me see. What's that? Wow. What's my favorite childhood experience?
She's still thinking.
I'm still thinking, like,
there's no favorite childhood experience that's
I don't know, but okay, I think there was one time I was in boarding school, and I was.
Oh, you went to boarding school?
I went to boarding school, so I used to perform well in class, and one time these girls ganged up on me because this kind of stuff, that kind of thing. So there's this classmate of mine who stood up for me. I was like, we should leave her alone. That kind of, we should leave her alone. If you want something, ask her. I think that was what happened, and I really felt good. It felt really nice for
somebody to stand up for you.
And it touched my heart. So I feel that. So
are you in touch with that your friend?
I think I've lost contact. No, we talk, but not as much
as before.
I think that's one of them.
Alright, you just tell us your last words, and you tell us where our viewers can get to you. If they want to get to you, maybe for consultation, maybe for the soap. As he said, you sell soap and butter.
Okay.
We'll bring you back afterwards. You'll talk more about skin care and how to take care of our body.
Okay.
You have the floor, ma'am.
Alright. Okay, as I said, it was a privilege for me to be here, and this is one of the things I advocate for: healthy talking, advising people. So before I leave, I want to say something. blood pressure and sugar levels are one of the most neglected things now in our environment and in our community. So I want you to intentionally check your blood pressures, intentionally check your sugar levels. No matter how busy you are, I've told you, you can have high blood pressure and have a stroke. You can have high blood pressure and have a heart attack. So today, where you are, wherever you are, get up and go and check your blood pressure. Get up and go and check your sugar level. It's just 1 minute and you're done with it. And if you have any questions for me, you can get to me on my number 652-715-311. You can call me for a consultation or anything. And as I said, I run a brand, Create Yours, where it's basically a combination of health and medicine. So basically, we're trying to live healthy. I told you, you can be chubby and be healthy.
Yeah.
So that brand actually promotes that. You dance, you skip ropes, and then you eat healthy. And then I sell nice soaps and butters as well.
Remember, she sells nice soap and butter that are going to help you. As I said, we're going to bring her again. She will talk more about that particular aspect. Please, can you give the number again? This time, let's take it slower so that we can write it down and jot it down.
All right. 652-715-311. Dr. Zisho Harris.
Again, please.
652-715-311.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this particular slot brings us to the end of our program, and I hope you enjoyed your time, and I hope you've learned a lot. It has been awesome. Personally, I've learned, and I believe after now, God is going to change me.
Amen.
I'll eat right, especially checking of your high blood pressure, BP. My sister is a nurse.
Okay.
She is so particular about BP. When she sees that you are not feeling fine, she has gone and brought, and she wants to check and all. So always go out of your way and check your high blood pressure, check your BP level. It's going to help you, and it's going to keep you on the safer side, and it's going to also help your eating habits. After now, you are going to eat right and you're going to live right. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we've come to the end of our program, and I've been your favorite host, I've been your girl, Lima Truth Mojoko, just on Royal TV, and this is Speak to the Counselor.
Innovating in the audiovisual landscape is our dream. Bringing together finest journalists, media personnel in this new era of media operations can only be possible thanks to Royal TV. Royal TV, coming up with news and entertainment.
No matter what, that's what you pay, I got go pay. Yeah,
Documentaries, sports, debates, and many more to your doorsteps ever than before. Keep watching Royal TV.
every day in life brings new challenges. At Royal TV, we are determined to accompany you in our entertainment, news, sports, debates, documentaries, and many more. Join our cream of journalists, presenters, reporters as we are ready to serve you.
Now continue for prayer. Baba gonna go answer our prayer. Aboroborobo.
The most important duties of an imam is to invite people to that which is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Speak to the Counselor on Royal TV.
Keep watching Royal TV. On Royal TV, attraction has no filter.
Is it yes from you?
Yes.
Is it a yes from you?
Yeah, it's a yes.
We have a man. Woo! Give me woo! Come on.
And rejection comes with a loud pop.